So last week we talked about the 5 cases of Latin and those nouns. This week we're also going to talk about nouns, but we're talking about declensions this time. There are 5 Latin declensions. Declension 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're not very hard to remember. Now, I assume that all of you remember cases from last week's Latin video. If not, please go back and watch it again. Alright, so we have, let's see, the nominative, accusative, ablative, genitive, and dative case. And then, after case, we have declensions. Declensions in Latin are like a school of something. So like, wizards would have schools of fire, schools of ice, schools of destruction, schools of healing in video games. So, declensions, there are 5 declensions in Latin, and each of these declensions is used to a varying degree. You assign a case and declension to gender and singular plural to think of the ending of Latin. Let's just move on to singular plural. So, Latin nouns can be both singular nouns or plural nouns. This is actually something pretty easy because it's what we've got in English also. Gender. Yes, nouns have gender. I don't know if you've ever taken Spanish before you decided to take Latin, but I did. And I'll tell you something. Latin noun gender is important. Latin nouns can be male, female, or even neuter, which means both, or none. So, please remember to figure out which Latin noun gender your noun is. So we haven't yet talked about what the endings are for declensions 1 and 2. First, we're going to do declension 1. You basically take these endings and add them on to the end of the Latin word. Like if the Latin word was domum and the ending was a, it would be doma. But if you had the Latin word doma in a different case, the ending could be domum or domea. Here, let me show you. Singular options for first declension are a, I, a, e, a, m, a, ae, arum, is, as, and is. We have discussed first declension, but since this video is called Declensions 1 and 2, I feel that we should discuss declension 2 also. So, let's draw our chart with nominative, genitive, ablative, accusative, and dative. Excellent. Now, it's adding singular and plural like we did last time, except for this time, we're going to add another element to it. We're going to add gender. So, second declension endings are as followed. Us, e, o, o, I, orum, is, os, is. But these are declension endings for the masculine. Endings for the neuter are much different. Neuter Latin endings are as followed. A, orum, is, is, o, o, e. Feel free to pause the video and look at these. Feminine endings are not commonly used for second declension, but do exist.